Hi everyone. We'll wait for everyone to get in. Hi Blade. So the big therapy out here has been dogs. It's amazing to get dogs in. We'll just wait for some people to get in here. We're on Monday. Verdict watch on Monday. We'll see what happens. But it's Veterans Day. The jury's in deliberating, and it should be a full day. So that means till 4 p.m. And we'll see what happens in case they want to go longer. Because you guys think about it, yesterday they weren't able, for the first Sunday ever, they were not able to talk to their family members. They didn't have devices, like their electronic devices. So we'll see what happens. Hi. Oh my God, Tian, haven't seen you for long. Hi, Kelly. Oh, so long. Long time no see. Hi, Trishy. So what we have is, what hour are we on with Verdict Watch? It's hard to say, right? I think they do deliberate through lunch hour because you guys, again, Sunday, they are not allowed. This is the first Sunday. They're not allowed to talk to their family members. They're not allowed to talk to anybody through any of their devices. Maybe they're given movies. I think they are. I think they're given some movies and they're allowed to look at that. Hi, Jenny. Let's look at some of these that are out here. Hi, Mystery Maverick. It's so good to see you. Hi, Mama 20. Oh my gosh. Love you guys. Hi, Go Batman. You guys, this is so the colors here for Abby and Libby are blue and purple. These are really pretty. We can't forget what we're here for. Those are the scales of justice. And the jurors have a really tough time with what's going on and what they have to do. Hi. Hi, Monica P. Hi, Megan R. We're waiting and seeing what we can do. And I'm gonna.
I wondered where that went.
It's an active. I mean, it's not as busy as it was the other days that we were out here, in my opinion, only. Fox. Hi, gentlemen. And it's freaking cold. It's colder today than it was on Saturday, than it was on Friday. You can see how everyone's trying to congregate in the sun, and that's what we have to do. It is literally freezing. I want to just go through some of my notes with you guys from the rebuttal.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you normally go?
And look, so the sun's in our eyes. Hi, everybody. I'm live. You want to say hi? Hi, Noe. Is it the back of it? It's on purpose. Is it on purpose? It's totally on purpose. Hi, Noe. What do you think? What do you think is going on? You think that they'll come in today?
Yeah, because now I'm hearing that might not even be today.
Are you losing hope that it might not be today? They're going to go till 4, though. Right? So do you think that, what are the chances that they're going to say, let's go a little longer today? Because we want to get home.
Probably depends on how close they are to being done. You know?
Yeah.
Like, if they feel it, if they feel like they're close to either having everyone on the same side, or they feel like they've hit a wall and want to finish it out, that would be the only reason I think they stay.
So they might, depending on where we are, like let's say 3:30 for like around 3:30 or 3, right? What do you think, Noe? I mean,
if it's that date, it's probably not gonna happen today. But I don't know.
Are you losing hope already, Noe?
No fear.
Gotta get your spirits up. No, you gotta get your spirits up. Julie Melvin is busy. Who didn't show up?
Tommy Frost.
Okay.
Mark Cohen.
Oh, they never
I've
came?
been looking for them all morning
You why? Why?
because they said they were going to come.
They gotta be here. Well, like, let's say, get over here. Hurry up. Let's get over here. Hi, White Beano So Nosy. Good morning, Bella. Oh yes, paint. You gotta share your paintings with us. I gotta send you my email so I can see your paintings.
Who's
I hope that didn't kick me off. Why be so nosy? She paints. Noe paints. You paint, Noe. Hi, Cindy. Oh my God, Cindy Ruiz says hi, Noe. Cindy knows who you are. Apparently, I didn't even introduce you. That was rude of me. Is the wind? I wonder if the wind. I need to get a wind microphone. I was going to go over some of these notes. So listen, you guys. Let me tell you about something. So last night, okay. So I don't know how many of you guys know this or not. Okay, so I don't reveal my sources. I never reveal my sources. Look, there's murder sheets in front of cameras, which is whatever. I think they're pretty biased. I'm biased. I'm completely biased. I'll admit it. But that's also because of the stuff that I have seen throughout the years of covering this case. With the sources that I have are very credible sources. So yeah, I'm biased. Absolutely. But I also don't like to live in an echo chamber. So if there is something that I don't know, it's like, fill me in on it. Let me know. Let me know what I'm missing, because I'm open to, all I care about is justice for these two girls. And I think we've kind of lost the plot here. So fill me in on another side, on another way to look at it, and convince me of it if you can. And if you can't, then, but I will admit I have bias. And I think that that's important to do, because it at least will let me know where I stand and that I need to open my mind and my ears, right? But so I was talking to my very elite of the elite, is what I like to call him, retired Los Angeles police officer friend, and he was telling me a few things. And then I came, like, I was doing pushback with him, and I was like, listen, no, there are issues here. He's like, prove it. Prove that there's issues. I'm like, there's things I know, and then there's things that are provable, right? And it was a really tough discussion for somebody in my position that I had with him last night, because I was just like, I hear you, but I don't. I have to. Okay, so I agree, because he knows the procedure, right? He knows what's going on, but he doesn't know the case the way that I know the case, but he sees what's being reported. And a lot of times what's being reported isn't necessarily the facts, in my opinion. Then he says, I'm biased. I'm like, yeah. But mainstream media is getting it completely wrong from when I'm in there. So I'd like to know where and if I'm messing up. So I'm going to ask Andrea, I'm going to go over and ask Andrea a couple of questions regarding what he was telling me about the appeal process. Like, if Richard Allen is found guilty, right? I was running down the appeal list with him, and I was like, this is appealable. This is appealable. And he's like, nope, none of those things are appealable. And I'm like, wait, what? So I want to ask somebody who is more knowledgeable about the appeal process than I am, right? Someone that knows more than the appeal process than I would ever. And it's really important. So he was saying, look, in order for something to be appealable, it has to be material to the case and objectively so. And I'm like, okay, so it has to be objectively material. And I just don't understand it. Okay, so some of the things I asked him, I said, listen, you're telling me you're going to go on these confessions that Richard Allen had, right? So Richard Allen confessed at, like, according to everybody, 61 times. And he knows about confessions, and he goes, yep, none of those meet false confessions. I'm like, even if he was put in a situation to confess, was threatened to confess, he says, well, you got to prove it. You got to prove that he was put in that situation. And I'm just like, sheesh, I don't even know what to make of this. And then he said, the appealable part is, I said, Elvis Fields went up to a police officer and he said, he can basically confessed to his sister, a polygraph was taken. And I get that polygraphs are not admissible in court. I understand that. But the sisters passed the polygraph test. By the way, that polygraph examiner, she was killed. Her and her daughter were killed in a house fire. Very similar to Flora, very similar to Ferenczi, who a Molotov cocktail was thrown into his, where he was staying and he had to go, where he was working, had to go outside and he was shot and killed. Andrea, can I take a couple minutes of your time?
Yeah.
Hi, Andrea. Okay, so I was talking to my LAPD officer friend, and he was telling me that if Richard Allen is found guilty, that nothing that has been put out yet is appealable. He said it doesn't meet the criteria of appeal because it has to be material, objectively material to the case.
I don't know what he's talking about. He has a right to appeal, and the subject of the appeal, like the issues that are raised in the appeal, those are in the discretion of the defense counsel to raise. Appeal issues have to be, people raise issues that don't win all the time. It doesn't mean that the issues are frivolous. It just means that they're not winning issues. They have to be preserved, meaning they have to have gone through the proper process of having the decision made by the judge. But no, there are substantial decisions that have been made throughout this case that are going to be grounds for appeal. So I don't know what he means by that.
I asked him specifically about a couple of things, right? So I asked him about the not allowing Elvis Fields confessions to the police officers in.
Yes.
I said, that's a big one for me
Yeah.
because he had said to a police officer, if you find my saliva,
Yeah.
and he goes, well, was saliva found? Why didn't the defense bring that up? And I said, well, OJ said, and she stopped, right? She said, is saliva part of DNA?
Mhm.
And can you find DNA in saliva?
Mhm.
And Oberg said yes.
Mhm.
Do you feel that the Elvis Fields issue of him not being allowed, his confession not being allowed in, could be an appealable win?
100%. 100%. Well, all that third party culprit. The legal standard for that is, as she said, it's a nexus. She's never told us what she thinks a nexus is, but the law says it's just a direct connection with the crime, meaning that it's more than proximity or opportunity. So the example I've been giving is that I can't blame the crime on my neighbor just because my neighbor has a key to my house. I can't say it was him that killed my wife in my bedroom because he's got a key. You need something more substantial that shows that he actually did do it. So like if, he's on the cameras, like lurking around the windows, or you got his DNA in the room or something like that, that's going to give you the direct link. A confession is direct evidence of involvement in the crime. And so the standard is just more than amply met here from a legal standpoint. What I think your officer friend is getting at is whether the error is harmless or not. And that's in the context of the whole trial. There's lots of mistakes, but not all of them have an effect on the outcome. And so for purposes of getting a new trial, they're not going to give you a new trial just because, there's been some abstract problem. It needs to have an actual consequence in the context of the trial. So that's always going to be an issue. Anytime you're on appeal, you have to be prepared to argue that the error was material, that it did have a reasonable outcome, effect on the outcome. And they usually do that by looking at what's the context of the trial as a whole. Standard that's often used in federal review is whether there is overwhelming untainted evidence, of guilt. And this is simply not that case. It's not an overwhelming evidence type of case. And so if you have a situation where there's a potential alternate perpetrator that could, tip the scale, then that can be an issue,
And I agree with that, Andrea. And I always have to wonder, am I just being biased? Am I like, because I admit I am biased. I'm very biased.
Mm-hmm.
But listening to you say that right now, you're an attorney, you know the laws, you know how things are supposed to go in there.
I argue harmless error hundreds of times. In my
There you
career,
go. There you go. So it gives me hope because, it's this whole like what goes on in a courtroom is not normal, like common sense, right? So it's not like this is just common sense. That's what's supposed to happen.
There's technical stuff. Yeah.
There's technical stuff and things that we don't understand as lay people. So it's really important to have that knowledge that Andrea brings that lets us know, like, okay, I shouldn't say God forbid, but if there is, like, if he's found guilty, that there are appeals that are available with the way that this trial was conducted, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's just one of them is the Elvis.
That's the one that I think is really most significant, potentially most egregious. The other one is the geofence data. It doesn't make any sense to me at all why, after we heard multiple instances from state's witnesses about location data,
right?
This is the same thing. Why is it suddenly unreliable when it's the defense wanting to put it in? It's the same thing. So
100%.
Just a lot of issues there that, because of the constitutional significance of the right to present a defense, you typically err on the side of the defendant if it's relevant, and if it meets those minimal bars to be able to be authentic and have a foundation to be admitted, then it should come in. And it can be a very significant error if they don't.
So that's good to know then. So there are things and our appeals really difficult to get as a defense attorney.
Yes.
They are
Oh,
difficult.
absolutely. You're always on the back foot. The saying is appeals are for losers.
Is that what they say?
That's the saying, because you've already lost. You've
lost.
already lost. But this particular case is just so extraordinary with how extreme it's gone in terms of excluding his ability to really be able to defend himself.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel that way.
Yeah, I feel like this is a very strong case on appeal, and I often don't feel that way.
And you often don't feel that way.
Yeah. In fact, I would say more often than not, it's usually not a strong appeal.
Do you guys hear that? So she doesn't often feel that way, and it is a hard onus to climb, right?
Absolutely.
And you do feel that the Richard Allen case has a strong, it's a strong case for appeal if it turns out that he's found guilty.
Yes, I do. It's been something I've been saying pretty much from the outset here. I have grave concerns that if he's convicted, that it would stand. And that's part of what's so unfortunate about this process, is because, one of the worst case scenarios here is for this to all mean nothing and to have to start over, do it all over again, the expense to the taxpayer, the emotional burden on the families, the continued stress and strain on Mr. Allen and his family. It's really the worst possible outcome. And so I am deeply concerned about that.
Couldn't have said that better myself. You guys heard that. So I do think, I thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome.
And I do believe what Andrea is saying, and she knows because she does this for a living. She knows, like, you heard it here. And this is the thing that's like really difficult when you're trying to stay open-minded about this case, is trying to understand if you're being completely biased and you just have a blindfold on. And there are things that I take issue with. I take issue with some of the things that weren't presented by the defense, and I love them dearly. But to hear from a defense attorney who knows that an appeal is not something that's easy to do, okay? And it's not a winnable thing. It's just not like a normal thing. You just, okay, you can appeal all you want, whether it's granted or not. They're two different things. But it's what we've all been thinking, or whoever, that's how I've been thinking is, you know what? Worst comes to worst, if he gets found guilty, that they have a lot of strong points to appeal. And so I'm glad to hear Andrea say that. And I needed to hear it from someone who knows. And I love my officer friend so much, and he has so much knowledge. But the stuff that I know about this case, I just find it really egregious. Let's see what you guys are saying. Sorry, I have a bunch of yes, we love Andrea. Hi, V Slims. Let's see. Please don't forget to hit. Oh, you're so cute. I'm just trying. I'm like reading you guys and the sun of like the sun in my eye on a phone. It's not normally how I do it. Hi, Mo. I don't have any of these people because I don't know. I don't love any of these people. Yeah, you don't have to love any of these people. Just be here for the truth, and that's it. And it's important, again, to not be in an echo chamber and to kind of know what every side thinks. I am biased completely. I will 100% say that I am, but it's because of the stuff I've known for the years that I've been following this case, the sources that I have that are incredibly close to this case that I protect, that they deserve to be protected because they have to live in close proximity to this place. And let me just tell you, it's not that they just talk about it, you guys. They've shown me evidence. They've shown me things I can't share with anybody because I put their safety above anything else. I could come on YouTube and spill beans that nobody knows and put this stuff out there. It's just not prudent for their safety. And so I just don't do it. So like I said, there's things I can prove and there's things that I know, right? So we're waiting for a verdict right now. It is 11:53 Eastern time in Indiana and Delphi. And oh my gosh, you guys want to see something before I want to show you guys how amazing this statue actually is and like up close. You guys have probably seen this statue. I'll go somewhere where. And yeah, today is the day. That's what we're all here for. Hi. Good. How are you doing?
From New York.
Oh, you
like
do?
an Italian from New York.
I do. I'm from. No, honey, I'm from Los Angeles. Typically from Los Angeles. This is my name's just Bela, but
Oh,
yeah.
you got blue in your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't notice that the other day. I just thought it was pretty black.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just at the tips. It's supposed to be dark, but every time I wash it, it gets lighter and lighter.
Don't tell me I'm wrong. You are Italian.
I'm not. I'm Iranian.
Oh, that's fine. That is 100%. So were you born and raised in the United States?
Well, yes. I've been here. I wasn't born here, but I've been here for a lot of decades.
So did you ever attend one of the weddings?
What weddings? Weddings?
Iranian.
Of course. I'm like 100% Iranian.
Oh my God.
So of course I've been to their weddings. They take forever.
They do, but they're beautiful. Are they not beautiful?
They're beautiful.
So on my YouTube, that's
Iranian weddings. I'm just like, do we need that though? When we're actually like, if I'm getting married, do I need an Iranian wedding?
Respect and money and like where they're going to be at in the level of society.
Oh, interesting. Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so.
What is they used to say? The higher the hair, the higher the God.
I thought that was an 80s thing with like when we put hairspray on.
They would have the beehive, you know.
Yes. I don't know if the Iranians believe in that, but yes, totally. And this is why we're here, you guys. It's for Abby and Libby, and it's good to be reminded of that while we're waiting for the verdict. Thank you so much. So I just want to show you guys this really quick. Okay, so that's a history about my background. You guys probably didn't want to know. So, and Bela Lugosi is a vampire. He's like the vampire. Okay. So do you see this? So it's these guns that make up these rifles, these long guns that make up. It's actually it's a really great statue that's in front of this courthouse in Carroll County. I just wanted you guys to see. Stone River. So I'm going to walk this way while I talk to you guys about this. Hopefully we will get a verdict today. If we don't, they have to put a lot of respect, and we have to put respect on also the jurors that are in there. This is a very emotional day, really emotional what they're doing in there. And it's really difficult. It ain't pretty. Brit, she knows. She's been here. I don't even know how many trials she's been. She's missed less than she's been here. You can say how many you haven't been here for. Would be a shorter list than what you've been here for. You went to the Westerman trials. So, would it surprise you guys? I just want you guys to think about something. Would it surprise you guys to know if Mitch Westerman, let's just say Mitch Westerman was threatened, and that's why he took all that data that was called the leaks. The leaks were months before that, by the way. But it was sensationalized with the media, with mainstream media, that the leaks came from Mitch Westerman from Baldwin's office. Would it surprise you guys to learn if he and his family was threatened and that's why he did it? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying, would it surprise you? That's all. Would it surprise you? This is actually a really beautiful courthouse in here. He is, guess what, honey pie? He has 2 capes. My uncle Forey, who passed away, he's the guy who came up with the word sci-fi. I put on Bela Lugosi's other cape that he wasn't buried in. They were really great friends. He is buried in one of his capes, but there was 2 of them. Yes, good that you know that. Most people don't even know I'm called Bela Lugosi, and it's after a vampire. Sorry, it's loud. Hi. So I'm walking you where I took you guys the other day. This is the office. This is an amazing little tavern. Right across the street. Closing and opening statements don't have to be completely factual. But during the case and during the trial, you have to present factual stuff. And Nick McLeland getting up on his rebuttal and saying, Richard Allen puts himself there. He puts himself there from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. No, he didn't, Nick. Oh, side note, went to the coffee shop today, and Nick McLeland held open the doors for me to come out. Nice gentleman at the time, probably didn't. He's just being a nice gentleman, which is what you should do when you're a dude, in my opinion only. People are going to say that's sexist. But he was nice. He was a nice guy. Wonder whose wife filed for divorce. Oh, Westerman's. Yes, that's true. That's true. Hi, Elrin. I thought it was obvious that Westerman was threatened using the girlfriend. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know who they used or if they used somebody, but would it surprise you guys? I mean, in a town that's been threatened. Yes, backwards. Thank you. Can't walk this way back. So would it surprise you guys is the whole thing. I have to walk this way because they're filming. Look at their tripods. They're amazing. Big old tripods. The media is using Starlink out here, which is great. I'm like, we need to get Starlink because I don't even know what our feeds look like these days. Hold on, let me stop for a second so I can read you guys. No, I like you more, honey pie. I like you more because you knew about that. You have no idea how many people are like, you're trying to sound Italian out here. No, he was Hungarian, you guys, and he's dead, and it's a guy. I'm not trying to be anybody. My dog's name was Bela Lugosi. She was my shadow. No, I did not go to Delphi Health. I went to Buttermilk. That's where Nick McLeland, that's where the cops were. That's where Nick McLeland was this morning, was at Buttermilk. And I mean, the breakfast there, I didn't eat any, but it just looked freaking amazing. Let me tell you. If his wife filed for divorce, that means he's guilty. Mo, I don't know. I just feel like the scrutiny in a small town, like think about it. I don't know if you're from a small town or not. The scrutiny with being involved in a case this big in a small town is huge. By the way, look at these tripods. I mean, these are like massive. And the heads, so these are the heads of tripods. Those can hold, and those are slides. I'm actually getting jealous because as a photographer, I mean, I don't need anything this big with the camera gear that I have, but those are really nice tripods, really nice heads. Heads for everything. Here's some cameras. I just want to show you guys the Starlink. I want someone to have their Starlink up to show you guys. He took a plea for non-prosecution, pays some fines, and then slap on the wrist. What a letdown. You went to that hearing, hon. You know. You know. Okay. Honey pie, listen. I cannot eat pork in this town because I keep seeing the poor pigs who pigs are so smart and intelligent, and I'm a hypocrite. That's where I'm the biggest hypocrite, is that I do eat meat. I admit it. I keep seeing them going by, and I'm like, I can't do pork in Indiana and Delphi. Here's beautiful Julie. Let's say hi. Look at her, you're so cute. And she like her awful day. Andrea was actually saying, do you know, Andrea said your awful day is like our best, most glamorous day.
Facelift.
Shut up.
I'm tired and
She will. Okay, listen. No, she doesn't. She's the most. She's beautiful inside and out, but she just can't stop it. I'm talking about you right now. She's beautiful inside and out. Look at how cute she is. She's not even trying. Like, look at she's not even trying. That's legitimately her. Love you, honey. That's legitimately her, you guys. Like, she literally, it's like, no, girl, you do not need a facelift, honey. You look good. And there's my Bob. I will not interrupt Bob's here. That was Hannah Shakespeare, Bob. So everybody's here. Look at Greeno's setup. Greeno's got it together. I mean, I don't even know. He doesn't have Starlink, but he's live, so it works for him. The world is watching. This is what's really important. Yes, it's such a good name, isn't it, Mystery Maverick? Mine just has one L. She passed away in 2020, but God love her. The court of public opinion. Typical Indiana Supreme Court created the shit show in Delphi. The Indiana judicial branch is corrupt and broken beyond repair. I actually believe that 100%. What I heard from somebody who works in government in Indiana, in a town that's bigger than Delphi, but very close, and was involved in the case, a very top brass guy said basically the same thing. Can't play it for you guys because that would mess somebody up, would mess a couple of people up, but they basically said the same thing. So the stuff that I know versus what's out there are two different things. And I just really hope that we get what we need. I really do hope, like Andrea said, it's not for nothing that the eyes of the world are watching, and we will get to a point where the truth will come out. So thank you guys for joining me. Love you guys so much. Thanks to the mods. Thanks to the subscribers. Thanks to the members. Thank you guys for being here. Hit the thumbs up because it helps with the algorithm on the way out. I will try to do another live. It's like hectic. When you're in there, you can't have any electronic devices. So it's been like the whole time. But this is important. This process is important. And I don't think they thought that the world would be watching Little Delphi. I don't know why they didn't think so, with two young, innocent girls who had been killed the way that they were. Thank you guys so much. Love you all. Bye.
Well,